on this episode of the VR-4.
Mitsu guy?
I just want to get a good sense of where this gasket is laid out at, as well as these gaskets are here for the spark plug ports. So I'm just gonna tear this off eventually before I start putting the primer on, and then I'll flip it over. I'll wipe it down one more time with some alcohol or whatnot just to get it clean, and then I will start priming. First gasket was just around here. Now I'm gonna take off these ones. I have all brand new gaskets for these two. There's a hole in that one. You can see it. There's a hole in there. On that side. And this one. It's okay. All of these, but shut it a little bit right there. Okay, so now that all of that is good, I'm gonna wipe down the manifold really quick because it's still a little greasy. And then I'm gonna make sure all the surface is good, and then I'm gonna apply the primer. I cleaned it off as much as I could. I taped off the ports where I don't want any paint, like around the plugs and around the cap. And now I'm going to apply the primer. I applied the Carmex around the lettering already, so we should be okay on it not fully sticking onto the lettering. So I'll apply the primer on now. All right, here we go. I'm gonna take this outside because it might be too much for the house.
Okay. This is a lot better. I just want to light coat for this one, and then the next coat I'll go a little bit heavier.
Okay, so basically I am done with all of the primer. I'm gonna wait about 10-15 minutes, and then I am gonna start with the purple. And of course, we're gonna do the purple that we've done with the side skirts, the hood bumps, and the bumper, the back bumper. I'm gonna use that same purple for the for this valve cover. So we'll wait about 10-15 minutes, and then we will do our first coat with the purple. About to apply the first coat. Very light. I don't want to overdo this one. I'm just gonna cover just a little bit. Just let me get this other side. There we go. That'll be my first coat. That'll be my first coat, and then I will wait about 10-15 minutes for it to dry. Then I'll do my second coat. Gonna do my second coat. This one I'm gonna do a little bit thicker so it can stay. And then the last coat, I'll do somewhat thick, very thick, so the full color can come out of the purple. Okay, so I'll stop this for now and I'll let this dry for about 15-20 minutes. Get here first. And then I'll come through with the last coat, and that'll be the heavy coat, and that will just cover everything. I'll make sure there's no gray spots at all. I'll try to cover in between the lines as best I can, in between all these crevices, and make sure there's just purple, and that's it. And then after that, we'll apply the gloss, like 2 or 3 coats of that, and then we can take off the lettering, and then we can see how shiny that is once all this is dry. I'm about to do my last coat. This coat, I'm gonna cover every crevice, everything, to make sure that there's no more no more gray that's visible as far as the primer is concerned. I think that just about does it. I think I got every crevice. I am going to let this sit and dry for a while, like about the rest of the night, because it's about midnight right now. So I'm going to let this sit and dry for the rest of the night. I'm going to come back in the morning, check it, and I might do one more coat just in case if I see any other stuff, that I missed from right now. Or actually, I might come back in about a couple hours and just double check, hit it a couple more times if I see anything else, and then start hitting it with the clear coat just to get it over with so I can get some sleep. So I'll wait a couple hours, come back after it dries, and then hit it with the clear.
Well. So we are done with the valve cover almost. We just have to take the letters off on the top part. I had tested out the bottom part to see how easy it is, and truth be told, the Carmex did its job. So while I watch Max play the new Doom, I go over all of the lettering and scrape off all of the paint that's on the letters that I scraped off and made very shiny earlier. Fast forwarding it quite a bit because it took me, I was, looking at the video and taking the letters off, so it took me a little bit. So, but if you're just focused on the letters, it shouldn't take you very long because none of the stuff is stuck on there. So, as long as you have a blade or something that you can use to scrape it off, you should have no problems. So, basically, the rest of these little clips are just me taking off the paint off all the letters, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, so now that I have scraped off all of the lettering with the paint on, the Carmax did a pretty good job. This was one of the things that I was worried about the most. The color wasn't the issue, it was getting the paint off of the letters. And seeing the video of someone doing it and actually doing it and it not being so hard made it way easier to do it, not only this time but in the future whenever I want to do it. So just now I'm going to spray it off with all the the paint particles that coming from the letters. Now I'm going to start putting in the seals, the gaskets that I had gotten in for the 3 holes for the spark plugs, and then I'll probably move on to the valve cover gasket, and you guys see what's the issue with that later. So this is the completion of painting my valve cover. It looks awesome, and I hope you guys like it.
What up? So I just wanted to end this video off with saying, Eston, be safe out there. Make sure when you're going outside to put some Purell on your hands while you're going out and touching other things, and make sure you bring some lotion to rub on them as well after a while, because your hands are gonna get dry. So I love you, see you in a while, and stay safe.
Tune in next time on the VR-4.